Hey, it's Randy at Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, or life insurance for a 73-year-old female. Now, first thing I recommend is just go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com, and we have these quotes on just about every page. Just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, and then put your birthday in there, fill in the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It's going to take you to a page where you'll be able to see the best companies available in your state that have the best rates, and that way you can make an educated decision. You can also call us directly at 888-862-9456, and one of our licensed agents can help you get pricing, run those rates, kind of get you qualified and everything as well, if that's the direction you want to go. Now, the first thing we recommend a 73-year-old female kind of asking herself is $5,000 going to be enough coverage for her final expense needs? Now, that would typically fall under cremation or burial. So let's look at cremation first. The average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have some sort of a ceremony with it, like a remembrance of life ceremony or celebration of life ceremony, in addition to the cremation, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what's the appropriate amount of coverage? Well, for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically recommend getting around $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now, you might be saying, yeah, Randy, but you said the cremation was $2,000 and you're recommending $5,000 perhaps. And they're going, what's up with that? Well, yeah, I mean, our female is 73 years old. She probably wants to make it to 83. And we know that things are going to be more expensive 10 years from now due to inflation. So we want to get a policy that has a little extra cushion built in, just so there's going to be enough money in the future. But also what that ends up doing is, if God forbid you died at age 74, there's a little extra money in there to pay off any kind of other unexpected bills, and maybe medical bills, credit card bills, or something like that. Now, if you're going to get that cremation with the ceremony, you know, we would typically recommend around $7,000 to $10,000. And again, that just inflation proofs the plan, but also provides a little bit more money in the short term, just in case you died sooner than anybody thought. Now, for a burial, the average cost is right around $10,000. So if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States and hand them a $10,000 check, they should get this done for you. It's hard to imagine that they would say, nope, we're not going to do that, and let you walk out the door and walk two blocks down the road and give that money to their competitors. Just understand, it's not going to be a very fancy funeral in this day and age. It's kind of the minimum right now. So coverage-wise, we would typically recommend somebody get between, if you're 73 years old, probably between $10,000 to $15,000. So some people might want $20,000, but just depending on how long, genetics and how long kind of people live in your family and everything. But typically $10,000 to $15,000 is okay. Now, keep in mind that, if $15,000 is a little too expensive for you, we can always get you approved for the $10,000. That takes care of your most immediate need with the first day coverage. And then if you want, we can always come back and add more coverage later. Now, one thing we discourage people from doing is like getting a whole bunch of extra money to give to kids or, family members or stuff like that. A lot of times people might say, hey, I want $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 because I want to leave some money behind for the kids. And at age 73, the insurance does get expensive or more expensive. And most of the people we help are on a fixed or limited income. So yeah, what we'd actually recommend is just getting the insurance you need to take care of your final expenses, and maybe keep that policy for a year or so. And then, then at that point, maybe look at a separate policy for the kids. But, that's if you're on a fixed or limited income. Some people have a little bit more, more money, a little more monthly income, and it's no problem. We can help you in one shot if that's what you want to do. But we do specialize in helping people get this implemented kind of really first day, but then over time as well. Now, one thing we always recommend getting is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend those 2-year waiting period plans at all. And I'll go into that in just a moment. But yeah, first day coverage is what you want. And what that means is, hypothetically, if your plan were issued and approved today and you passed away tomorrow, the insurance company would have to write a check for that 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000, whatever it would be. They would have to write that check. And that's exactly what you want. That is the best coverage, and it's also going to have the lowest pricing. But a lot of people would say, hey, you're right, Randy, we do want that first day coverage, but we're worried we might not qualify because I know they ask health questions. And yeah, that's correct. They do ask health questions. But a lot of times people are worried because they say, hey, I've got health issues. And we say, hey, that's our problem, not your problem. What we mean by that is that we work with a whole bunch of different insurance companies. They all ask different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And right now, we're right at around 95% of the people we help, we're able to get approved for first day coverage or benefits. Really, the only reason we wouldn't be able to get you approved is if you had some really significant issues. I mean, you just waited too long until you had significant issues, like maybe a terminal illness where you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or maybe you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we would typically refer you out to a different insurance company. The other thing that seems to happen on a routine basis is people will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week. They didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. So we need to get this insurance right away because the body's down at the funeral home and the funeral home director's not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. And we have to let them know there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer a policy on a dead person, somebody who's already passed away. And it's just awful. It's awful that this person died in the first place, but it's even more awful that they didn't have this insurance and now their family's going to suffer. They knew they were going to die. They probably looked at getting this insurance in the past and they just put it off. Oh, I'll think about it. I'll do it later. And then they just done went and died. They never got another later day, did they? And now the families, in most cases, are going to have to put this on credit cards, and they're going to end up paying like 26% interest. And they'll probably be paying on this for years and years and years. So what a terrible legacy to leave behind. You could have done everything else right in your entire life, and then you mess this up. And that's kind of people's final memory of you. So yeah, don't do that. Don't leave that legacy behind. Get this insurance. If you can't get everything you want, just start out slow at a smaller amount. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend for 73-year-old females is those plans with 2-year waiting periods. And you may not know this, but Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. Ouch. Yeah, you don't want that. You do not want that if you can qualify for first day coverage. So, but Colonial Penn's not the only company out there. There's other ones too. Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber. Gosh, there's so many other companies out there that's the only thing they offer. And we do not recommend that at all. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that if they're over age 50, the only thing they're going to qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we always say, don't believe such nonsense. Because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, our 73-year-old female here probably just got done watching one of those Colonial Penn TV commercials, and she's probably very impressed how slickly produced they are. And she's probably thinking she outsmarted Colonial Penn by waiting until age 73, because she's probably thinking to herself, I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for only $9.95. And then she talks with the Colonial Penn agent or goes online and checks on their website, like we're doing for you here, and sees that a female age 63 for 1 unit of coverage, only $9.95, is only going to buy $846 worth of coverage. Now, $846, that's not even enough to pay for a cremation in any part of the United States that I'm aware of, but it really wouldn't matter anyway because his plan's got one of those 2-year waiting periods where it's not going to pay out a single penny if you die of any health or medical reason. Yeah, no, you'll get no insurance benefits if that happens. So yeah, some people would say that companies that offer these low teaser rates, that they do that. They do that not to sell you the product. They actually don't want you to buy that low teaser rate because it doesn't make them much money. They just want that to get your attention and get you on the phone. And then when they chat with you, will show you the pittance of coverage that is, the measly amount of 846. And then they will try to talk you up into more coverage that is more profitable for them. Now, we would never say that about Colonial Penn ourselves, but there's some people that feel that way. And I guess you just kind of determine yourself, gals, if you feel that $9.95 is kind of a teaser rate based on you only getting $846 worth of coverage. Yeah. So it's not a great deal if you can qualify for first day coverage, which we can help you. So let's look at 5,000, what this would be. I'm guessing, I don't know. You got to guess with the units here because it's 5 units. You got, if you're a 73-year-old female, you can't get $5,000 on the nose. You have to play around with these units, and that ends up with real wacky numbers. Like, here we go, like 5,076. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just get 5,000? But the only reason to do that unit thing is so they can advertise that teaser rate, $9.95, and then some would say they're going to try to sell you more. But so right around 5,000 is right around $60. So let's go see what that would look like for first day coverage. So we got 5,000 right here, female, age 73, and we're going to go back here again. That's around $60 for 5,000. Look at what we can get this for first day coverage. See this over here, level? That means first day coverage. So yeah, we could actually help you with this company, and it's $32 for 5,000 versus $60 for 5,000. So it's, Colonial Penn in this case is almost 200% more expensive. Why would you pay almost 200% more for a policy when you don't have to? And then you're going to have to overpay on that policy for the rest of your life. Why would you ever do that? And they're going to stick you with a 2-year waiting period. Colonial Penn is roughly, I'm just rounding numbers here, but roughly $30 more a month than first day coverage. So think about that. $30 a month times 12 months, it'd be an extra $360 a year that you would overpay. And if our 73-year-old female lived to age 83, she would overpay roughly $3,600 and have a 2-year waiting period. Why would you ever do that? Why wouldn't you want to keep that money in your own pocket rather than give that to an insurance company that's going to slap you with a 2-year waiting period? We don't understand it. You need to be, we suggest anyway, that you be a smart consumer. And if you're not a smart consumer, don't worry. We can help you be a smart consumer and help you can compare all the different pricing. But let's take a look here. Look at some other companies here because we're around $32 there. You'll be able to see all these different companies. Like Lumico here, I mean, it's level, but it's $32. That's $5 more a month. That's $60 more a year. You're going to overpay $600. I mean, do you have $600 in your pocket right now that you'd like to just give away to a company with no extra benefit? Yeah, don't do that then. Let's look at some other companies. You'll be able to see all these different companies. Oh, here's one. Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. But I mean, ooh, look at that pricing. Yeah, they're higher. It is level coverage. But yeah, so Lincoln Heritage has got a deal that when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes to like get the lowest pricing and then maybe do a couple of other things. But, it's not free. They charge for that. And you're going to pay just more every month and you don't really need to. So that's like basically $48 if we just round. 48 minus 32. That's roughly $16 more a month. So $16 a month times 12 months, you're going to overpay right around $192 for the year. If our 73-year-old female lives another 10 years, you will have overpaid right around $1,920 roughly. So ask yourself, is it worth overpaying an insurance company right around $1,000, almost $2,000 just to make 2 or 3 phone calls, maybe do a couple other things that maybe only takes an hour or so to do? A lot of people would say that's a pretty darn good payday for the insurance company, and we would tend to agree. We recommend you not do that. We recommend you let us help you and get you covered for the lowest cost plan. And then what we do is we provide a free funeral and estate planning guide. And you can download that off our website, print it out, and then just once it's printed out, you just complete it. You just fill it out, and then you keep that with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family members go to that one place, and they'll know that you not only protected them financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. Because all they'll need to do is open that up and just follow your wishes. Just execute everything that you wrote in there, and they will do so knowing that they were doing everything exactly as you wanted it, and you provided the funds to take care of it. And that will give them such peace of mind because they won't have to guess and they won't be under any pressure. And they will know that you not only loved them in life, but you actually loved and protected them in death when you would not be here to help them. And yet they know that it's as if you're there helping them with that insurance policy and speaking to them through that funeral and estate planning guide. So what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. We can help you with that legacy. Go to funeralfunds.com/YouTube. We've got a special quota there for our YouTube viewers. It's going to get the most discounts and the lowest rates. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you with pricing or answer any questions you have. But, if you've got an existing policy and you want us to price shop it to see if you can get better pricing, we can help you out with that. If you just want to add coverage to that, we can help you out with that. If you just want a brand new policy or just have some questions or want to know what you qualify for, we can also help you out with that. So we look forward to the day where we can get you the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money, and we will be blessed to help you with that when that day comes. But until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.